Hey everybody, Zach here from Mythos Pedals, and I just want to make a video talking about 2018, everything that has happened, all the crazy stuff we've gone through, and everything that's going to happen next year, and maybe at the end of the video I'll touch on some of my favorite gear that I've purchased over the year. Super nerdy stuff. But getting into it, 2018 was going to be like the year I really dove into this head first. And in 2017, in December, about a year ago, I left my job at Carter Vintage Guitars. I'd been working there for a few years. Mythos was becoming more and more a part of my life and taking so much more of my focus. It was a really time-consuming endeavor to do two jobs and try to be a husband and have time for myself. So decided to leave Carter and just do Mythos full-time, and it really was the best decision I've ever made for myself and for my family, because it lifted the stress of having to do more than one thing, and it allowed me to really focus and dive in head first to create the pedals and the products I wanted to make. And it also let me do a lot more social media and all that stuff, which was crazy because in 2018, I'm not sure where we started. I can't remember how many followers we had at the beginning. I could probably go back and look, but as of right now, we're at about 11.4 thousand followers. So thank you to everybody who's following us. It's really insane, and it just makes us so proud and happy. But in 2018, we released a lot of pedals, I think about 8, which is just nuts. So we released the Cestus, we released the updated version of the Herculean, we released the Daedalus Plus with Ariel Posen, which was a really cool limited run. We of course did the High Road Fuzz with Joey Landreth. We did the Wildwood Mjolnir. We did the Hot Chicken with Carter Vintage Guitars. We did the Positron Collider, and lastly the Argo Fuzz, which is a new fuzz. I think I will have announced it by the time this video is up. But it's just insane. When I was writing it down, I was like, how did we do all that? But a lot of it was limited, so it wasn't, crazy, but it was just, it's kind of shocking when I go back and look at it, and I really am appreciative of everybody that has bought these pedals and has made this year so successful, and a lot of that is because, the limited stuff, and it's really exciting. The biggest thing that happened in all of 2018 is not even pedal related. I became a dad. So in May, Morgan gave birth to our son Graham, and it changed everything. It was very scary at first, the worry of trying to balance work and being a dad, because I was going to be a stay-at-home dad, and it took a lot out of us at first. Morgan was, after she went back to work, it was really stressful and really hard to stay on top of orders and trying to do all the basic stuff that you have to do to run a business and try to take care of a baby. But Morgan left her job and is working with me at home and taking care of Graham and just being awesome. And it's really helped us find a balance and helps us be able to focus and succeed more than we ever thought we could. But becoming a dad was insane. Everyone said it's going to change your life, and I was fully prepared for it. I was fully excited for it, but just the joy of seeing him grow up, even in just the 6 or so months that he's been on this planet, has been amazing, and I'm so excited for where that's going, and I hope that one day he's gonna be a part of this and you guys are gonna see him playing guitar and demos and stuff. But the main goals for 2019, I got a little cheat sheet here, is really to become more of a standard brand. Even though we're still just a two-person team, I want to be a pedal brand that people are excited about, that people know, that recognize us, and a big part of that is going to be getting more dealers. We're really going to be striving to do more social media stuff, working with great players, and not just trying to buy reviews, but really, get pedals out there, and if people like them, to do more videos of them, and that's going to be a big goal for 2019 rather. We're going to really try to focus on doing more videos ourselves, maybe more vlog kind of stuff like this, depending on what you guys think about it. That's going to be a big thing. And releasing a few more pedals. I hope to maybe work on stuff other than overdrives and fuzzes. I hope to do some modulation, maybe some spatial things. The thing about me and the thing about the way I design pedals is I want them to be something I would use. And so sometimes designing stuff that's crazy or complicated is not in my wheelhouse, because that's not how I play guitar, and it's not what I like when it comes to how I build pedals. I'm kind of like the fireworks guy in Joe Dirt. I like snakes and sparklers, so that's what I sell. I have to get over that, but I also have to work with some designers to design the stuff that I want to make, and I think you guys would want to play, which is really important. And another thing is just trying to ease our growing pains, because it's really hard to do this with just 2 people and stay on top of it. So a big focus of 2018 was redesigning the pedals so they're easier to make. And you guys may have seen, some enclosure changes and circuit board changes and stuff, and that was really just to ease the growing pains and make the pedals easier to build. That was a really big, important part of all of this. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing that we're taking away from 2018 is a big thanks to everyone that has supported us. You've been so amazing. You're helping us achieve our dreams, and we are so excited to be a part of your sound. It's just so rewarding when I get emails or Instagram posts when people are thanking us for making something great. It really means a lot to us, but thank you. And now I think I'm gonna go grab some gear out of the music room and show you guys some of my gear for 2018, so stay tuned. All right, so the first piece of gear I want to talk about, this was one that I had seen videos of and was super excited about and wanted to get one because I thought it's gonna change how I make videos, and it did, is the Universal Audio Aux. This thing is amazing. I bought this from Vintage King here in Nashville, so I didn't even try it out. I just watched all the videos and decided I'm gonna go get one. And as soon as I brought it home and connected it to my iPad, did all the stuff. It was a little hard, a little tricky to set up. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but once I got it working, it blew me away. The quality of the cabinet, emulation, simulation, whatever you want to call it, is superb, and for recording, it's just phenomenal. It makes your life so much easier, being able to just plug it into your interface and there's your sound. It's just phenomenal. My only gripe is the attenuation. It does suck a little highs, and even when you max out the volume, it's not full volume from your amp, so it's still slightly attenuated. But that's not why I bought this. I didn't buy it as an attenuator. I bought it as an interface. My cat's trying to get in her closet. But really fantastic piece of gear, the Universal Audio Aux. If you are thinking about one, and you know what it does, I would just recommend buying one. I think it's totally worth it. It is a little bit of a chunk of money, but once you have it, it just makes your life so much easier. And doing demos, doing videos, recording, anything is just a breeze. So that's my first piece of gear that I wanted to talk about for 2018. Super happy with this. Okay, next I want to talk about my favorite pedals that I got in 2018. I don't buy a lot of modulation, reverbs, tremolos, any of that kind of stuff. I mainly am a fuzz, overdrive, distortion kind of nut, and that's mainly what I bought in 2018. So first up is the Vertex Ultraphonics. I really like this pedal. Working at Carter Vintage Guitars, I've been fortunate enough to play quite a few Dumbles, and I have some friends here in town who own real Dumbles, and there's something special, and a lot of the pedals will kind of encapsulate part of that, and sometimes they're just like how I've equated it is like it's a Polaroid of an amp sound. But the Vertex Ultraphonics really, to me, kind of nails the overdrive sound of an overdrive special better than any other pedal I've played, and I've played a lot of them. So I really love this pedal. I think for drive stuff, it's pretty phenomenal, and yeah, I'm super happy with this. Yeah, I went to Carter, I plugged it up, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I have to buy this. So I got that, and then next is something a little different than that. This is the Seafoam Low Tide. and it is a super cool low to medium gain overdrive from Dave Denton from Seafoam Pedals, and it's different than most of the pedals that I run because it's transistor based. It's not op amp based. With, you know, like most tube screamers, blues breakers, etc. I have an op amp that's doing a lot of that's the heart of the pedal, but this one's transistor based, and it's really cool how it can blend some different voicings. The treble bass controls are really interactive, and I use this with like my Deluxe or my Friedman to kind of just elevate, you know, what's already there, just as a low overdrive. It's beautiful and made incredibly well. Dave is a master, and yeah, so these are my two pedal picks for 2018. I really like these overdrives, and if you haven't checked them out, go check them out. You've probably seen this, but you may not have seen this, so go hit up Seafoam and Vertex on Instagram, check out their websites and learn more about them, and buy one, try it, why not? Okay, next I'm going to talk about something a little different. I went to Eastside Music Supply's Gear Swap. They did that in East Nashville a few months ago. Took a car full of just random stuff I had laying around and ended up trading an amp and some pedals for a Deluxe Reverb reissue. Early 2000s, been played a lot, gigged a lot, sounded really good, and got me really excited about having something different than the Friedman. I have the Friedman Dirty Shirley, I love that amp, but I get asked all the time for something cleanish or something more Fendery, so got the Deluxe, super happy with it, but never been too happy with the modern Jensens that are in those amps, and decided to dive into the internet and find out what everyone was saying the best speaker was for those amps. And turns out a lot of people are saying that the Eminence George Alessandro design speakers are just amazing. So I found one used on Reverb and bought it, threw it in that amp, and it came to life. It's an amazing sounding speaker for a blackface style circuit. He makes a 10, which would be great for a Princeton. The 12 is perfect for the Deluxe, and it's just so sweet. Has the perfect amount of top end, the right amount of bass. It's not too clear, it doesn't have cone cry, it's just right. And I'm so in love with that because it brought that amp to another level. The reissues sound good, but they don't sound like a vintage one. And I think the biggest shortcoming is that stock speaker. So did that swap, gave it some new tubes. I put a tube amp doctor tube set in it, and really sweet, I love it. I may mod the normal channel to be more like a Bassman tone stack with a fixed mid-range, but give it a little bit more gain, have it be a little different than the bright channel, the vibrato channel, whatever it is. And yeah, but super happy with that. So yeah, check out the Alessandro speakers. Okay, and last but not least, the guitar of 2018. This is probably my last big guitar purchase that I'm going to make for a while, seeing as we have a baby. But before he came, I walked into Carter Vintage, I saw this guitar hanging on the wall, and was immediately like, I really, really, really have to buy that. So I begged Morgan, and she relented and let me get it, but it's this. This is my, I think it's a 2012 R4, and it's in oxblood. It may not show up on the camera. It probably looks black, but it is indeed oxblood, which is like this deep wine, dried blood color. But this guitar, it's just really cool. It's like Jeff Beck's Blow by Blow Les Paul, only with P90s. If you didn't, or whoever put the humbuckers on that, if they hadn't done that. Has a really nice chunky neck, but it's not over the top. It has the right amount of shoulder. I changed a few things on it, but immediately when I got it, it's super resonant, really lively, and it's so much fun to play. And the rat tail thing is just really, really, really sweet. I'd been talking with Joey Landreth while his Sorokin guitar was getting built, and we both had this kind of obsession with the single wrap tail 2P90 Les Pauls, and this one it just spoke to me. As soon as I held it, I'm like, oh man, it's gotta happen. But it had already had a lot of the plastic changed. I changed the knobs because the stock Gibson ones, they're so clear, and these, might not come across, have a little bit more of an amber look. They look more like the vintage ones that I've seen. Changed a few other things like the switch tip and the nut, because I'm a crazy person. The pickups are stock. There was the Gibson pickups. It came when I bought it. Of course, this was used. Had the Gibson P90s, but I put in some Lindy Fraylins. This is the 5% overwound set, and they sound really good, but the bridge is a little unbalanced. So I actually talked to Jared Brandon of Brandon Wound. He's winded me a set to try in this, so hopefully that will cure what ails me. It had like Schaller style tuners, but I put milk bottle Grovers on there. Those are reproductions. They hold tune great. Put the single ply truss rod cover, just like Jeff Beck's, just like a Les Paul Jr. would have, or any of the acoustics. But just a phenomenal guitar. It has a Mojo Axe tailpiece, which like solves all the intonation issues. It was not right, got that, put it on there, it was perfect. But yeah, I changed it to RS Guitar Works pots, and it has Lux Gray Tiger caps, just like a real vintage 54 would have, and I'm just in love with this guitar. This really, with my R9, is like the perfect combination. Try as I might to like Fenders and other single coil guitars and bolt-on neck guitars, I just can't get away from Les Pauls. They really speak to me. They play how I want to play. So, love this guitar. I hope that it continues to get better in ages, and all the nitro starts to get checked and messed up over the years. I'm just really excited for that to happen. But anyway, attitude. Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting Mythos. Thanks for being a part of this journey that we're on. You guys are the reason that we're able to succeed and do all this stuff. So thank you so much. 2019 is going to be huge. Stay tuned. And of course, if you haven't already, like, subscribe, click the bell, share, do all that stuff with this video and all our other videos. You know, we want to grow our YouTube too. So thanks again, and I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.